Hey, I gotta ask you. You're working on an apartment building right now. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, I just happened to be on Craigslist one day and I saw this ad come up and it said, a 16-unit apartment complex bringing in, I want to say it was 154,000 a year, and the guy was asking for 154,000. I was like, something's off here. Why is he only asking for that much if he's got that huge passive income coming in? Gave him a call and come to find out he was behind on payments. And, he was getting ready to go into foreclosure. So what I did was I went and spoke with him and figured out what the situation was and started catching him up on payments. I think he had a little bit of a gambling problem. Not really sure. I can't say, but started taking the rent money that he was collecting and putting in his pocket, and started paying off all the bad debt, the debt that was owed to the bank. And once that's paid off, the deed's in my name. I'll have a 16-unit apartment complex bringing in, an extra $8,000 a month.
Wow. Now, what contract did you do in the beginning with this person?
I bought his home subject to the mortgage.
Subject
so
to.
I did a standard real estate purchase and sale agreement. He has a first mortgage on it and a second. Little bit of a long story. We're getting the second dismissed. It's going to court. It was an outside deal, but that'll be dismissed. So I bought it with a standard real estate purchase and sale agreement.
So you had a little bit of a legal fee, a legal fee there.
Yeah, I had to get an attorney involved and do a little bit of accounting work to make sure that he had been paying that second mortgage off. And come to find out, the second mortgage actually owes him money. He overpaid. But got him under contract, got the attorney involved, got a court hearing date coming up, and they don't have, enough evidence to win.
Okay, so you got it dismissed. You're just dealing with the first mortgage. You did it subject to the first mortgage. There's no issues with the bank because you're making the payments on time right now.
Right.
Do you see yourself replacing that mortgage or assuming that existing mortgage in the short term?
Yeah, I'd say 2 to 3 years, just refinancing and getting a better mortgage with better terms.
Okay, good. Do you see any due on sale or acceleration issues that possibly could come up?
No, normally the bank's happy as long as they're getting paid. So,
have you discussed this with them, or you just kept a low profile on it?
I kept a low profile. I have another friend here in Wilmington who's been doing the subject to thing for a while, and he's got quite a bit of experience. So I consulted with him on it.
Okay. I always recommend people, it's okay to do it, but keep it short term. So in the event that the loan is accelerated or called in, you have resources to replace it right away.
Right.
It should always be a short-term plan. So you're managing this building. I got to ask you, is it fully out? You took over this building. Did you get all the records and payment history and applications and all the paperwork?
Right. New lease agreements had to be signed.
Oh, very good.
Yeah. Got all the rental, rent payment history, all that type of stuff. Got up with the tenants, told them that, new management would be coming, would be taking over. Who to contact, that type of stuff.
Okay. And so you took over the building. You introduced yourself to all the the tenants. You had them sign new paperwork. Was it 100% occupied at the time, or did you have to fill some vacancies?
No, it was 100% occupied. It's they pay weekly, so it's more of a low income type of apartment complex. Not quite Section 8, but
okay. But
they don't have the most money. But they're very what's the word? They're very good about paying on time.
Okay. And who's managing the whole thing? You, or you got a third outside management company, or are you doing it?
I have, like I said, I have a partner, not a partner, but an associate that does it, and we basically work together on this deal to manage it and everything.
Okay, so you're the finder.
It's a management fee.
So you're the guy you're good at finding the deals, negotiating the deals, solving the problems. You got another partner who's doing the actual managing for you.
Right.
Okay, and this building right up front is generating a positive cash flow. Did you say $6,000 a month?
No, it brings in 12, but 35 of that has to go to bills. So
Okay.
about 8,500.
8,500 a month. That's a gross profit.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That is very cool. And do you plan on getting rid of that mortgage so that it even goes up higher eventually?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll try and hang on to that forever.
Sure. I mean, that's a cash cow. You are literally, that one building will always bring you in money for the rest of your life. You have a base now.
Right.
And so if you had let's say you want to take a month off, or you have a bad month, which we all have, you still have that passive income coming in automatically from that one deal, from that one apartment building.
Yeah. I got about 2 to 3 months before he owed about $30,000. So once that's all paid off, then I'll start to collect.
Wow. That's great, man. I'm so glad we talked about this deal. It's so motivating. And how did you find this deal once again? Where did it come from? One of the signs you hang up, or an ad, or what?
It was on Craigslist,
Good old Craigslist.
I know. Every morning I wake up and I'll search through all the little headlines and see if there's something that looks like a deal, and saw this one, picked up the phone and called them, got to the bottom of it.
So you have no hesitation to pick up the phone, call people, make calls. It's the one thing I try to tell people who are getting in this business. You've got to talk to people every day. You've got to be proactive. You've got to run ads, hang up signs, do your online social networking and marketing, and pick up the phone and actually call on deals and use your gut sales skills.
Yeah, in the beginning as a young mentee, when you start out, it's a little nerve-wracking.
Sure.
Like, I might say the wrong thing, but the more you do it, the better you get. The more comfortable you are on the phone, and eventually you'll get the deal. You'll find a deal.
And I remember you and I did a lot of role playing, a lot of practice, and that's the key to this business. You said it very well. You got comfortable eventually. It was a little nerve-wracking in the beginning. But eventually, it's just like riding a bike without the training wheels. You got comfortable. You were able to do it. Now I'm sure you can just pick up the phone and talk to anybody.
Yeah. You just got to take the conversation for what they are. You might get yelled at, or you'll meet some crazy people out there.
But
so
it's not personal, is it? It doesn't affect you. It's not a judgment on your character or how you feel. It's just business. You don't let it affect you, and you go to the next call, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Because some people, and this is a hard thing to teach, that's why we practice so much, eventually you just learn to put on that Teflon suit of armor.
Yeah.
And you don't even think, do you remember, after someone's rude to you on the phone or something, that's just who they are. That doesn't affect who you are as a person.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So does it bother you? I mean, sometimes we carry a little bit, but you go on to the next call and the next call, and usually you forget about it, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, I've had so many, funny calls, memorable calls, but, it's just part of business. If you want to make deals happen, you got to pick up the phone.
Well, I'm just going to end on that note. That was brilliant. Thanks for sharing this with all the people. If, just picking up the phone, talking to people, negotiating the deals, doing your due diligence, and look at you, man. You're doing all these deals now, apartment buildings and everything with a new baby on the way. Bravo. Nice going.